Hello again. 2 videos, and done much in a while, so yeah, still tired, Chris. So I was watching this video. I'm gonna go a bit political / economical now, right? You think immigrants are the issue? They're not. Now then, you may turn around to me and say, but we have loads of these foreign people coming in from XYZ countries, and they're very violent and aggressive over here. They're seeking to take away our freedoms, and our kind of, women going around in bikinis and stuff like that. And, there's loads of evidence of it. You've got all the rape circles and all the bad things that are going on. And, I don't have access to the evidence that would verify whether or not all those claims are true. But let's play the reductio ad absurdum game, or the game where you give them all the points they want and then you still say that they haven't got the real issue, the real deal, right? Now then, historically, when a barbarian horde or a barbarian kind of people have taken over a civilized nation, like say the Goths and that going to Rome, the Huns and that going down into China, at first, whilst they're aggressively taking over a place, they are, and this is with warfare. They're going in with axes and killing people to take it over, and then they've got it. They're actually sat on top of the throne, and they've taken over the civilized place. What generally happens is that the culture that these people conquer generally turns around and conquers them. It doesn't kill them; it just turns them into what went before. It's just the way it is. Look at Charlemagne, right? Charlemagne was not a Roman. Yeah, he called himself a Holy Roman Emperor. So a lot of the legal systems and a lot of the cultural kind of ways of being, even the denarius and the coinage, was carried on from the Roman times to its conquerors. So if the West was working well, if there was really an upward kind of mobility in the class structure, and the luxuries and the benefits of our culture were as accessible as they should be, then these kind of Muslims coming over here from shitty little kind of Afghanistan or wherever they're coming from, where they haven't really got that many mod cons and they have a comfortable standard of living, when they come over here, those imams and all those people, they wouldn't have a chance at swaying the majority of them. There may be the odd little freaky deaky, like you do within any kind of debauched culture. You get the luxuriantly kind of aberrant, who so the odd person might come up and do nasty things, like the white people do, like people have done all through the time. So the reason why immigrants are a problem, if they are a problem, I don't know. As I said, I don't have access to the evidence that would verify either way. Then that's because we fucked ourselves up from the inside first. And they're taking advantage of weaknesses within our armour that we've put there. Okay? Now then, how has these weaknesses come about? How has our culture or our civilization become so degraded that this peasant kind of, pauperish kind of doctrine and dogma and tradition or whatever comes over and actually holds sway? How has that happened? Well, I was watching a video by Richard Roth. I put a lot on my Facebook thing. He talks about taxes and government debt, or what the government debt is, right? And he says like the government has these 2 groups of people. You've got the mega rich, the big corporations, the top 5% wealthiest people, and then you've got everybody else, right? And they both want stuff from the government. I'm just repeating what he said. And it costs money, the stuff they want from the government. Like the mega rich people, they want the government to go and conquer places, get favourable trading terms and markets for their corporations in other countries, and they want to have the legal system a certain way. And it all costs money. And the rest of us, we want nice parks, we want an NHS, we want education, roads, all that kind of stuff. The corporations want those too. So the government needs money to do this, and neither of the groups want to be taxed that much. And the government can't really get the money it needs from the 95% of the people because they haven't really got much. They need to get it from the 5% of the people. But the 5% of the people, because they brought out the system, they say, no, we won't pay taxes, but we will lend you money. We will indebt you, the government, to us. And so at first, say 50 years ago, I'm just speculating, I'm just talking to show a thing. So, say 50 years ago, the government got in dire straits over funding the NHS, so it goes to the private sector, the 5%, and says to them, look, I need money to pay for the NHS. And the private sector goes, yeah, sure, it's billions of dollars or billions of pounds. Have it at this interest rate. And so the government goes away, it spends the money, blah, 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 blah. Later on, it can't afford to pay it back, because it's constantly on the back foot kind of thing. And when it can't afford to pay it back, it goes to the lenders and it goes, I can't afford to pay it back. And he goes, well, you've got to fucking pay it back. How are you going to pay it back? And the lenders go, I know how you pay it back, right? What you'll do is you'll privatise that NHS. You'll privatise those railways. Then we can get a profit off it, It's like repossessing your house, isn't it? You mortgage the house to the bank. I mean, what the government's essentially done, and this is crazy, right, is it fully paid for the NHS, and then it got a mortgage out on the NHS. It couldn't pay for that. Well, it can't pay for that, and now the bailiffs are coming to get it. Anyway, that's the process, right, called austerity, which is what austerity essentially is. Austerity is the lending class, of those 5% of people, repossessing the property, such as the railways, the postal service, the school system, all of that kind of stuff. Now then, that's what's been fucking the country up, making it hard for people to live, making them desperate, and making them prime fodder for guess what? Radical ideologies. No matter what that is. I mean, I'm a communist myself, so that's a kind of radical ideology, right? And I think eventually people of my ilk will be prepared to go to some quite extreme measures to bring it about. But first of all, this process of austerity has to push everybody down further and further and further, which is what it's doing. But nobody's focusing on that. They're all focusing on the immigrants. It's like just focusing on the symptom. It's like, let's say you got a cancer, you got a brain tumour or whatever, and you got a headache. And I go to you, oh yeah, the problem is you got a headache there, mate. Don't worry about that tumour. Don't worry about that massive lump growing. Like pushing on your occipital lobe and making you have bouts of psychotic episodes, Don't worry about that. Here's a paracetamol. You're sorted, mate. You're sorted. Headache, immigrant, tumour, the 5%, that system that enables that to happen. Anyway, goodbye.